What's up, Guardians? Solstice is supposed to start tomorrow, and with that, we're going to get hopefully some new ways to make armor. That's usually what they do in Solstice, is give us, armor of our own creation, better stats. So we'll see if that keeps going. However, we're also going to get weapons tomorrow, and weapons are probably what more of you are chasing right now. We're getting two weapons that we know of that I think you would want to get your hands on. Both of these seem pretty interesting, not necessarily game-changing, but they seem to have a decent place, so they might be something that you're going to actually go for. Let's talk about what roles you want to look on for these weapons. Starting us off, we have Festival Flight, which is a strand area denial GL. So this is obviously competing with Lost Signal, which was our original area denial, and it is competing with VS Velocity Baton because this also gets attrition orbs. Now, attrition orbs was nerfed on these grenade launcher frames in the Edge of Fate, so it's very hard to get more than one orb per mag or per shot with this thing. Even if you're hitting 3-4 targets, that's about what you need to gen one orb per shot. So it's nowhere near what it used to be for making your orbs. However, these things do decent enough damage without a damage perk that still giving up a little bit of the extra damage for more orbs that can fuel your fonts or any of your other charge with light modifiers, your fonts, your surges, etc. It is still a very valuable resource to have. However, I don't think it's your first pick. If you want to have an attrition orb area denial in this slot, this is obviously your only option. But otherwise, it is competing with Lost Signal. Both of them are going to get One for All and Vorpal Weapon. So it doesn't have auto loading, which Lost Signal does. If you're going to compete, I think you're looking at Demolitionist in the left column or Blast Distributor. Blast Distributor will give you 10 grenade stat per hit, up to 50 grenade stat, 55 if enhanced, we think. So easy way to get an extra 50 grenade stat for your builds if you need to do grenade damage, if you need some extra for grenade cooldown. Seems like a pretty free way to add that on top. Demolitionist, obviously if you don't need more bonus stats, getting Demolitionist that you're getting more of the cooldown back, which would be 10% per kill plus whatever multiplier you have. This is probably the next best option. I think Ambitious is obviously a normal, very useful thing on GLs. Every kill will give you 2 in the mag. However, for these area denial ones where they're doing damage over time anyways, I don't think it's necessarily mandatory for these damage over time kind of weapons. Now, if we're not taking attrition orbs, you don't need the attrition orb rule, go ahead and just take something like One for All. You're going to be hitting many targets with this at any given time, so you're going to proc One for All pretty much instantly. 35% bonus damage for 10 seconds, nothing to scoff at. If you want something a little easier for single target, or just something that gives you some more reload speed, go for Frenzy. Both of these are very good damage perks, and they're going to be competing with attrition orbs for the slot now. It's no more an automatic landslide in attrition orbs' favor. Obviously, you still have honing here as well, if that's something you're going to be building into on Prismatic. So still a good choice that Lost Signal does not have. And finally, I do want to talk about Recycled Energy really quick, because Recycled Energy did get fixed. It does do something now. So consider taking Recycled Energy as well. You're going to reload every shot. So as long as you're getting kills pretty consistently, this might actually be useful now. It's just, it hasn't worked before this patch, so it's been pretty much off our radar. So I haven't really played around with it yet, but go ahead and give that a try if you get someone to drop. But I think Blast Distributor, One for All, if you're going to do any kind of grenade build, think like fusion grenade builds, that'll be pretty strong. If you're doing Sun Bracers, this would be a pretty great pick to give you some extra grenade stat, as well as just letting you kill ads thoroughly, right? Area denials are still very good at that. They haven't gotten worse at killing things. They've just gotten worse at making orbs for you. Now, our second weapon for the Solstice this year is going to be Yeartide Apex. This is going to be a 900 RPM lightweight SMG. So there are the adaptives and lightweights. This one hits a little bit softer, needs headshots a little bit more. It is going to be a solar 900 RPM, which is competing with something like Parabellum, Callus Mini Tool, and of course the dungeon one, No Survivors from Red of the Nine. I think this is actually just going to go ahead and take the spot from all of those as your go-to solar SMG. Gets Heal Clip in the left column, gets Incan or Burning Ambition in the right column. Burning Ambition, I've learned, is much better if you're applying Scorch with something that's not the gun, because it does take your entire mag pretty much to cause Scorch with the gun. However, if somebody is already scorched, it will instantly add Scorch to their bar every half second without needing to prime it. So if you're able to play a solar build where you're scorching things pretty much all the time, this is a great way to finish off ignitions, it is not a great way to start ignitions. It takes a little bit more time to get that done. So I would actually really recommend this if you are playing on solar with a lot of scorch effects. Sun bracers might really enjoy this. So that is just my 2 cents on Burning Ambition. I think you're much better off going with Heal Clip Chaos Reshaped, though. It is now off of the raid weapons in here. So getting the Heal Clip heal on top of the heal from Chaos Reshaped, as well as, orb pickups, and then 35% bonus damage for having the gun. I think this is like super strong for a solar SMG. Incandescent, good perk. Scorch is fine. It's not your go-to debuff on every build. If you are on solar, though, Heal Clip Incan is obviously a great combination. And if you really want to, if you don't want Heal Clip, I think Attrition Orbs to get buffed on every other weapon that's not an area GL. So these do it in a little more than half the mag now. Instead of 90% of the mag, it's more like 65%. So you'll get these a bit more often. And then Incandescent should work with that if Incandescent is spawned by the weapon kill. If not, still making more orbs on top of getting Incan, getting the damage buff is pretty worth it. I think orbs are pretty important for fueling our engines right now. So definitely a good thing to pick up. Or of course you can go for the no survivor role of Demo in the left column as well. Something like Demo Incan, classic. Demo Chaos Reshaped, very strong, just neutral game weapon there. But I think if you want to use this thing, you want Heal Clip in the left column, it's probably your best pick. Both of these I think are definitely decent chases for the event. Better than like the Trace Rifle for the Arms Week that we've had. But both of these fill a niche that they kind of have not had filled for a while. We don't have a Strand area GL, so very free one to take up. It is an Attrition Orb GL in the first slot. Then Yeartide Apex is like a modern 900 RPM solar SMG that's not Parabellum, it's not a world drop, because obviously that was a good SMG. This has the same kind of setup. You are missing something like Attrition Orb Shoot to Loot, but at least you have the double solar perks here. You've got Chaos Reshaped, which is honestly probably a more consistent pickup than something like Shoot to Loot, as well as you do have Attrition Orbs here that can pair with a damage perk and a healing perk, which Chaos Reshaped is both of those. So all in all, good weapons this season. Definitely something to chase this week. Let me know if you guys find any good rolls on these, if you have any good combinations, any good builds with them. I will see you all again very, very soon.